Okay, so let's see. Okay, I just made the screen like super big. I don't know if I can see comments. Drink a little bit of water. I'm not sure if I can see comments if I go full screen. And I can see me, so on the little screen, so it's fine. I just clicked on it. Okay. So a couple things. Today we're going to go over, or we're going to do the healing kind of on the surrounding the clear vision that everyone voted on. I think what I'll do for this week is when I go through to do the, excuse me, to do the poll, I will also include descriptions, like the little mini descriptions of the alignments that, like underneath the poll. That way you guys can see kind of what the alignments are based on. Honestly, that's probably my bad. I didn't think of doing that. I posted the alignments and I just kind of went with, like people would vote. However, what was I going to say? So the alignment that was chosen actually is, well, and I'm not surprised, it's the way it always works, is on point for what's kind of been going on for the collective this week. And if you're joining, you can leave a comment or say hello and, all the stuff we do on Facebook Lives. So I know you're here. But the clear vision was the alignment that was picked, and I'll kind of read the little blurb about it. So when this was created, so the eyes are said to be the window to the soul for good reason. We actually carry the energy of our eyes throughout all of our lifetimes, and we hold countless belief systems there too. This affects how we view ourselves and the world, and we may carry belief systems in our eyes. Okay, so the clear vision, and it's literal, obviously, but not as literal, where this alignment will clear the trauma of seeing things you didn't want to see with both your physical and spiritual eyes. It resolves patterns of allowing our, hold on one second. It resolves patterns of allowing ourselves to treat allowing others, to treat you inadequately, feelings of inadequacy, and unable to accomplish goals and dreams. This alignment will bring in the feeling and the ability to fearlessly look into the future, unafraid, with hope. Right now, well, in like present, right now, I've been hearing a lot of, and I know I'm going astrology again. We are in Mercury retrograde, which is what brings everything back up. And I'm not an astrologer. I'd have to listen again to what it is. But a lot of times with the Mercury retrograde, depending on what the planets are doing, it's focused on a actual, they'll be like, oh, what were you doing in April of 2017? Which actually was a very significant time in my life. And it might be what this one's coinciding with. Since I said it, I'm not sure. I'd have to, like I said, I'd have to double check for the specifics. But anyways, it's bringing up things that need addressed or need looked at, or parts of you, we're all onions. And so it might have been something like maybe the situation you've cleared some of the trauma, or you're not in that situation anymore. Obviously, I'm in a completely different situation than I was 3 years ago. So I'm not in that trauma of 3 years ago, right? I'm not in that relationship. I'm not dealing with any of, trauma, violence, abuse, whatever was going on then. Now my life's completely different. I'm very much in a amazing healing space, and the bulk of that has been work through, healed. I've completely changed my life, moved to a completely different area of the United States, the whole bit, right? But there's these layers that we continuously work through. Say that was one, pretty big significant trauma, right? Now some of the layers I'm working through, whether it be, let's see, not feeling heard, or having self-worth, doubts, or because we all do it. I literally, this is one of those when I'm like, I don't care who you are. I care about you, but when I say that, I'm getting ready to say something that applies to pretty much 100% every human that walks the earth. Even the most confident, like, there's times in your life where you second guess, you're not taking the compliments, you're second guessing what you're doing or yourself, or whatever it is, right? And those are the times we need to look at kind of why we're, what are we listening to, who have we been around, what's coming up in our space, what needs healed, that sort of thing, in order to move past that, to heal that area. So my point is excuse me, those are the kind of things that are still there and can stem from being human, but also can stem from different places that your body has stored these things. It can be the ego, feeling insecure and wanting to keep you in a safe mentality or safer mindset, when really you expanding and you moving forward and clearing up the trauma and moving into what I say is more of a good fear space, not a scary fear space. The unknown, right? The unknown for expansion. That is where the ego might freak out, but you're really going to a better place. Like doing these healings and setting the intentions for positive things, for the way you want to feel and the way you want your life to be on a day-to-day basis. They can be scary. It can be unknown. It can be easier just to be like, oh, I'm going to stay in my house. It's COVID, so I don't have to leave, right? Yeah. So no, you need to get out. You need some kind of interaction with other humans, and you need, and I say you need, everybody needs. There's no one I know that has ever benefited from staying in their trauma. There's no one I know that has ever benefited from isolation and not moving forward and thinking that other people would be better off without them. There's not one person. And I can say 100% certainty that there will not be one person that is going to benefit from that kind of stagnant behavior and sadness, depression, anxiety, and isolation. It doesn't happen. And those of us that have experienced those feelings and have experienced those feelings, especially after major traumas, and we're trying to process and trying to figure out what we can do and get out of the negative fear space into the, I need to change my life, I want to feel again, I want to feel love, that kind of unknown space to us while we're coming out of trauma. The ego's there just trying to keep us safe, and I don't know, other factors. Some people that resonate with the past lives and the ancestral lines. I know not everyone does, but those that do are friends that might give you advice, and it's keeping you in that stagnant place. Your ego's gotta, kind of want to, you're like, oh no, this sounds great. Like Netflix all day, every day. It's amazing. I will tell you, I was on bed rest for 3 weeks during one of my surrogacies. Netflix gets old real quick. That's just a little freebie. But in all seriousness, we have to clear the trauma. And even when you're not in it still, and the major part of it, and the actual trauma that occurred that triggered all this, that set this off, you need to clear it. You got to get it out of your body. As I'm working on some content, I've been revisiting, where is it? Oh, actually, it's my laptop sitting on it. The book, The Body Keeps the Score. And I'm probably going to say the author wrong because it's Bessel van der Kolk. I know. I've been watching a few of his YouTubes and stuff too. So, but I've been revisiting some of the information, and it is a good book. There are a lot of books, actually, really good books that are out there that go over what trauma does and how it manifests in your physical body if you don't start working on it and healing it and getting it cleared out. So there are many. In my workshops and courses, I will be covering a lot of that information in the beginning, so you have an idea of kind of what an impact it really is. I remember when I was taking my clinical classes, when I started my graduate program, and honestly, it was kind of triggering. I was like, whoa, wait a second here. Like, it really had opened my eyes to the extent that the trauma is not only being stored, with my clients and stuff, because that's what we're essentially learning, but also within my own space. And mind you, let's see, that was a year or so ago, when I was doing the clinicals. So, when I was going through my BA program and everything, things weren't as intensive. And I think coming out of the trauma of 3 years ago, and then just there's been a series of things that have happened since, and taking the education, getting more educated. When I found out about the Battle Within, and I went to that retreat, one of the first things they do is they go over the almost the exact same, like, here's what your brain looks like, da 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 da. And I was like, I'm in the right place. This is exactly what started kind of like, oh, like this is physically affecting the way the brain develops. So, but this week I've been hearing a lot about this unresolved, the onion layers that are unresolved with past trauma that's been experienced. And like I said, I like to work with the kind of the in-between, where you're not like experiencing the major trauma, but you're also not quite where you want to be yet. And that's important because we all want to get to where we want to be. And I've shared my story about the hugs, and I just wanted to feel love again in my heart space and enjoy a hug. And thankfully that happened for me. And I just keep healing as the layers come up, as things pop up, and as I do this work for myself, and as I do this work with other people. So clear vision is what we're going to do. We're going to start with, and there's a couple, I'm looking because I can have my notes out. We are going to run a couple of the Sacred Light Foundations, and we're going to run a couple of the alignments to help clear the space, since today is Monday healing. And then I'll kind of look at what do we want to do for intentions. Let's what time is it? Okay, so I don't want this to be too long. I'm trying to make these a little bit more concise and shorter. Fridays are just a little different because, they're fun Fridays. It's more like getting to know me, what I do. We can pull we can pull cards any day, actually, if you ask. I can just, actually, I don't know where my cards are. They're usually right under my desk. However, like I have them in a basket. But Fun Fridays are more of, it's more chatty and interactive, that kind of thing. And so it's not always necessarily as concise, or like, I don't have all these notes. I just have kind of okay, I want to make sure I mention a few things. So Mondays and Wednesdays are a little more structured. So I want to make sure that I get the healing in and I hit all the points. And I haven't figured out, I don't think I can record in here, but I would like to do some of these on Zoom so I can start, at least the healing days, so I can start recording the healing portions so I can save them as well. But I think I will start that next week. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and we'll do the grounding. So just take a breath. And just feel into your space, wherever you are. Okay. You can go and close your eyes if you want to, not if you're driving, of course. And just breathe. Always do the 5 count. I'm sorry, a 4 count, inhale. 5 count, exhale. It's really simple. 4, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. And then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you breathe in, you can drop down into your heart space, however you see, feel, or imagine. This beautiful ball of pink light in your heart space. Just breathe. Focus on your breath. And watch this light expand just a little. And start absorbing like a magnet, or gathering in all the particles that are you. That surround you, that you might be giving away, that you've given away today, this weekend, this month, energetically. And we're just going to call back all those parts of you. Just breathe. We're going to gather this light up. Let's picture the, see, feel, or imagine the energy of your heart space. And we're going to drop it down, all the way down. Down through the legs, out the feet, into the earth, down into the Earth Star chakra, just below the feet. And all the way down to the center of the earth, into the heart of Gaia. We're going to make that connection with the heart of Gaia. See, feel, or imagine that warm hug, that heart-to-heart exchange of energy. When you're anchored in, we're going to go ahead and bring that golden energy up. all the way up, all the way back up through the layers, through the Earth Star chakra, into the feet, into the legs, into the hips. And we're going to anchor into the base of the spine where the root chakra is, into the sacral and the solar plexus, and then back into the heart. We're going to mix this with the heart energy, with your heart, your pink light of compassion. And we're going to bring the gold and the pink up through the excuse me, up through the layers, out the crown, up into the soul star chakra, up into the higher self. I am presence. We're going to anchor in. Feel the heart of our higher self fill up. Make that connection. We're going to go up, up, up into the heart of creation. We're going to see, feel, or imagine that heart-to-heart connection with the heart of creation. That warm hug. We're going to bring down that beautiful iridescent light from the heart of creator. We're going to bring it down through the higher self, down through the soul star chakra, back down into the crown, the third eye, the ears and the throat chakras, down into the heart. And we're going to mix it with the heart of compassion, the pink light that's ours, and the golden energy from the heart of Gaia. We're going to form a rose gold light. See, feel, or imagine that rose gold light expanding out from your heart space, down your arms, out through the hand chakras, down your legs, through the feet chakras, back up through the crown chakra, out like a fountain. And it's just surrounding you and filling you up, forming a perfect sphere around you, a perfect circle. With you in the center, only you. This beautiful, loving, healing space, healing all the layers of the aura, all the layers of the bodies of you, subtle bodies, etheric bodies. It's your heart space, your love, your compassion, your energy, the beautiful energies and the energy connections, and the love and compassion and creation from the heart of Creator, from the heart of Gaia. We're going to drop the sphere down, back down through the layers, and we're going to settle in at our anchor point, your anchor point, in the center of the earth. You're grounded, and you're safe, and you're loved. It's a perfect place for your healing space in your sphere. Make that connection. You're very connected right now. There's no disconnection where you are. It's only love. Just breathe. Okay. So as we're connected here, I am going to bring in a few of the Sacred Light Foundation healings. I'd like to bring in first the Sacred Light Oath, Vow, and Contract Healing. And these are very, very powerful, very they're permanently moving energy out of your space. I would say large amounts of energy, which they do. However, I don't want that to overwhelm anyone listening, especially if you are new or just nervous. The way they work and all the alignments work is we set the space for them to work in the time frame that is optimal for you, your higher self, and kind of your spiritual team. They all manage how your healing happens. You're healing yourself. You're here in this space, you're showing up, and I'm helping facilitate. I'm helping using my intuition. I'm helping as a healer, maneuvering these, calling these alignments in, calling these foundations in. But if you weren't showing up, if you didn't have that connection, and you weren't allowing yourself to be in the space and allow these to happen, I mean, essentially they wouldn't happen. So as we're bringing these in, you're setting the space. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're in the most highest space for love and the highest vibration for healing. And it'll happen at the right time for you and you as the individual watching live and the replay in any timeline. These are timeless. Okay, so first I'd like to run the Sacred Light, Oath, Vow, and Contract Healing. Oh my goodness, sorry, I have something in my eye. So in Divine Love and Light, I'm going to call this in now. Okay, let's run the Sacred Light, Oath, Vow, Contract Healing for everyone. Thank you. And this has been created to specifically address these type of energies, which can be a huge part of what's keeping us stuck in a specific pattern or undesirable life experiences. A lot of times when we're still stuck in our trauma stuff that needs cleared out, a lot of people will say, like, I keep noticing I'm attracting the same kind of person, or my last boyfriend was like this. And it might not be if you were in a, extremely volatile, abusive situation or relationship. You may not attract, you've done some healing, or you're in a different place. You may not attract a relationship that is as volatile or as abusive, but you may attract someone who is, narcissistic. You may attract somebody who is very selfish. You may notice in the relationship you're giving a lot more than the person. You'll have some of the same themes coming up as your old relationship. You thought you met the next right person, and the red flags start showing, and you're like, no, I'm in a better place. I've healed this stuff. And it can be confusing. It can be overwhelming. It can be disheartening. I get it. We've been there. I say we because I know there's more than one of us. And so this is just going back into those layers, and whatever it is that we still need to work on and we need to work on clearing out, this helps to kind of get that next layer out. And, so we can set that space for ourselves. This healing will dissolve. Excuse me. This healing will resolve. It will resolve and dissolve or rewrite oaths, vows, and contracts made across all time, entered in with any person or being that is no longer serving our highest good. It dissolves hooks, cords, and attachments, shock and trauma, chaos and drama, negative belief systems, thought forms, cursed energy, entity, and implants that have created these or keeping us bound to these oaths, vows, and contracts. So this will be clearing, like I had mentioned, from all timelines and dimensions and realities where we've been affected by these energies. So it's not just this lifetime. We may be revisiting relationship patterns from other lifetimes that have been carried over and that we need to work with. A lot of times when we have relationships with people, whether they're intimate, honestly, I noticed this situation that was showing up. It showed up very volatile in an intimate relationship, and when I cleared it, then it showed up in some trust relationships, newer friendships where there was a trust theme, like I was trusting and there was friendship. I also experienced it in being replayed and some close relationships I had made with people at work. So when I was kind of digging deeper, my theme or my healing story, I don't know, trauma story, has a lot to do with trust issues, which also has a lot to do with childhood trauma, childhood scenarios, and it's all coming down, where I can kind of look at this one theme, because we can't, it's overwhelming if you're looking at like all the things at once, which a lot of people do. They're just like, I want to clear out all this stuff, and I want to clear out all this childhood trauma or this energy, or get it all out of my system now. I'm very fire energy. I'm very efficient. I'm very, what can we do? Let's go. Let's move past this. And I had to take a step back and realize that that is very overwhelming and a shock to your system and your body. And it's okay to look at kind of one main theme that you want to work on and settle on and go from there. So for me, it was a big thing was trust, and this theme with my kind of the inner child, some shadow work, that kind of stuff. So when I looked at this, you can pick a theme if you want to as we're doing these clearings. Whether you say it out loud, you have it in your mind, whether you listen to this now, if you're like, I'm not sure, if you're feeling overwhelmed now and you're not sure what is to pick or what the issue, you want to work on is, or clear specifically, then just keep in mind what it is that your intention is. And as you do this, you can start picking out specific things to work on and help to clear out. Those are things more when I work one-on-one that we can specifically look at your situation individualized and help kind of look at like, what is it right now in present time? What is that theme that you keep that you're concerned with, or that you feel that you need to clear so you can move forward, or so you can start working on, some other things like self-worth and, visibility, that kind of, those are the two I had mentioned earlier. Clearing and working on trust and clearing out trust issues or trust trauma that has come up. By working on that and clearing that out, it 100% opens you up to start working and embodying love again, from other people, from yourself, your own intuition, your own self-worth, your own value. And then, by you working on that, obviously other people can meet you there in that space at your same level, at your self-worth level, that you're feeling that you're worth, accepting the compliments and that sort of thing. Okay. So this is also resolving and reweaving all of this in the Akashic records, and was replacing everything that has been dissolved with Creator's unconditional love. So by listening to this and showing up and giving permission, or you're giving permission for us to connect with your higher self and be in this energy with you for the purpose of the healing. I do make separation after all my healings because I can't live in everybody else's space, right? So there is always separation when you're in your healing bubble, circle, sphere. It is just you. You're not connecting with anybody else in the group setting. And it's just me as the healer connecting into your space for the purpose of healing. If you were on here live and you had questions, you'd be able to have questions, and I would be able to tap into the energy and answer questions or look at anything that might be popping up for you personally. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to run after the Sacred Light Oath Vows and Contract Healing is the Sacred Light relationship. And this one, hold on, I don't want to like keep my head tilted too far over. And I may be giving a little too much, but that's okay. Let's see here. So the Sacred Light relationship healing goes deep in dissolving the shock and trauma, chaos, curse energies, negative hooks, cords and attachments, as well as the oath vows, contracts and agreements between, excuse me, within relationships that are outdated and no longer serving your highest good, that have been accumulated from all lifetimes, timelines, realities, dimensions of all shared life experiences between two or more people. This healing returns power and soul fragments that have been lost in a relationship. So what I want to do now is, like I said, it doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. Well, so it doesn't have to be like a husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, love relationship necessarily in that sense. The relationship healing can be your relationships with, which I would consider, I don't know, maybe not intimate. You're right. Maybe that's not the right word, but any relationship you have, it could be people from work, friendships, what you call your family, which could be extended family, your immediate family. Sorry. So as we call this in, you can think of a specific person or a specific situation that a relationship you would like a healing on, or that goes with this theme of clearing trauma and clearing the space and being able to see things clearly. Okay. Drop down in the heart. Divine love and light. Sacred light relationship healing. For everyone here. Just remember to breathe. Just watch this energy come through. Clear out your space. Clear out some layers. Okay. And the Sacred Light, all the alignments are powerful, but Sacred Light foundations, these are two significant healings that I did. And so we're going to run the Sacred Light Purification, which is also part of the Sacred Light Foundation's healing tools. This is, sorry, let me put it back in there and then let me pull it out again so I'm not looking over my shoulder here. The Sacred Light Purification is really powerful, and it goes really deep into cleansing and purifying all aspects of your being, your environment, including your home, and all the people or animals and objects in your home, vehicles, land, etc. So what I tell people when I run it for them one-on-one, when I ran it in previous live streams, and when I run it for myself, I run this on a daily basis. I run this to set the space to do like just an overall cleansing. If I start feeling any anxiety, or like we were at a lot of events this weekend, and I'd come home and I'm like, I think I might have, brought some of that energy home, being an empath. Any of my empaths can understand. You just bring stuff home and you're just like, I don't think this is me. I used a couple of my oils, maybe burn some sage. I don't know. But this energy is kind of stuck in my space. I will use the Sacred Light Purification to help clear this out. And I will be doing a meditation recording with a couple of these higher, like I said, all the alignments are powerful and they all work. There's just some that have such a significant focus, and they are extremely powerful that you can feel it. Some of them work a little bit softer in some layers. Some of them are more of the high vibration fun. And some of them are like, I mean business, let's kind of handle it. Let's get you kind of, like a chiropractor. They're not coming in and like, here, let's massage this shoulder out. They're literally like, oh, this is out of alignment. Good. And you're like, oh, and then you're good, right? So that's kind of what some of these is how I look at it. That was kind of a weird example, but honestly, that's how I look at the purification. And we have another one called the flush activation. And they're more of the like, I need to clear some stuff out. I mean business. Let's get this done so I can bring in some of the softer ones, high vibe, that sort of thing, right? I can set my space. It's literally like the Sage of Alignments or the Palo Santo. Maybe this is more of a clearing. It cleanses and purifies. I look at Palo Santo as like first you sage, you open the doors, windows. In real life or metaphorically, I like to do it in real life, even if it's snowing outside, which it's snowing today in October for all my San Diego friends. I know, I moved to the Midwest. Embrace it. And every year it snows the last week of October going into Halloween, so I'm not surprised at this point, right? Sorry, sidebar. But anyways, this is more of the sage or like the tourmaline, if you're using crystals, that sort of thing. And I think some of the other alignments that I bring in are the Palo Santo, where they kind of reset the energy they bring in, like the good feeling and the calm as well, right? Okay. So we're going to run, see, in Divine Love and Light, we're going to run a Sacred Light Purification. Healing. We're going to run it for everybody. Divine Love and Light. Thank you. Just breathe it in and breathe it out. And what I like to do, this is what I was going to say, is that I don't just set it for myself individually. I set it for my home. I set it for my family. I set it for all the way out to the property line. So basically the four corners and the sides in the middle. My property is kind of a rectangle, so I set it for a rectangle shape, not just a circle or square kind of thing. I want to set I like to activate the tourmaline. I have tourmaline, or actually I think I have tourmaline pieces, chunks, but I also have black onyx, or black obsidian angels in every window. I have little, do I have any over? I don't know if I do or not. I had a pocket angel sitting on my desk. I don't think I do now. But anyways, it's a pocket angel. It's like a smaller, I do not. Here, they're about this size. And just happens to be a Lumerian crystal. You can see the lines in it. They're considered record keepers. Especially this one has like a million lines. The lighting, I don't think that because of the camera in this, you can't see. I don't know. Some of the sparkle. And you can feel it in there. So that's a point. I have Lumerian points. And the pocket angels, I also have them in clear quartz as well. No, I certainly don't. I know I have so many crystals on my desk right now. But I have those in the windows. So when I run the sacred light purification, I like to intentionally activate those as well, kind of setting the space of the house. And then I set the space of my property. Some people, if you are a crystal person, some people will take chunks of black tourmaline and like clear quartz, because clear quartz amplifies any and all crystals, and it's very powerful and amazing. They will take the combination, and I actually got some raw from my person. Of course, I got them from my Gaia's Gifts person. This is a chunk of black tourmaline. And then I have these chunks of clear quartz as well. These are also gorgeous, which the light really doesn't shine through these with the camera. I mean, I can see as the light's coming in through the window. I'm sorry that you guys can't, because it's gorgeous. But you can put these together and actually bury them out along your property line and set the space, and you can listen to these activations and cleanse your space. So I will be doing a couple recordings, meditations with these cleansing, like specifically for like cleansing and setting your space. You can listen to them weekly, daily, that sort of thing. And they're the ones that I use, the ones that I listen to from other healers, the ones that I kind of put in combination to listen to for myself. You know, I kind of have a cocktail of clearing alignments and healings that I use for different purposes that I put together. So I will share those with you. I am waiting to get a nice microphone, so that way the sound quality is on point and a little bit better, clearer for the meditations. Okay. So with this sacred light purification that we called in, we're working from a point of our own sovereignty in collaboration with our divine team to create an impenetrable shield around yourself, your home, and each member of your household, pets, yard, land, and vehicles that is impenetrable to all dark energies, yet allowing all source energies in. So you're letting in the highest vibration of light, basically all the good stuff. This shield includes protection from outside negative forces, and it brings in the vibration of unconditional love, source love, shield, or whatever the boundaries that you've set. Okay, so because of that, I'm going to call in a couple of alignments before I close. And we're going to call in the clear vision alignment, which I read earlier, with clearing the trauma, seeing things you don't want to see with both your physical and spiritual eyes, resolving patterns of allowing others to treat you inadequately, the feelings of inadequacy, and being unable to accomplish your goals and dreams. A lot of people right now are feeling stagnant in energy. They're trying to launch things, whether it's in business or house goals. I know I've had a few house goals the past few days. I really want to kind of get some of my space set, go through some of our stuff. We have a lot of with the holidays, you have a lot of the donations and stuff coming up, and just going through things and kind of decluttering, which I feel is really important. So to me, that's a I don't know, a significant goal that I'm trying to accomplish. I just feel this like stagnant. Oh, I'll work out over here, or I'll work out or work on something over here, and I'm really not getting, a few of my major goals moving, I guess. Okay, so this alignment will bring in the feeling and the ability to fearlessly look into the future, unafraid, with hope. Recall the clear vision and now. This is when everyone picked that voted. Just drop into your heart energy. See yourself in that healing sphere, in the center of that rose gold light, your heart space, the gold energy from the heart of Gaia, the iridescent light from the heart of Creator. Just feel this alignment come in and expand. Bring in the clear vision now, divine love and light. Feel these coming in clockwise, all the way down. And then the counterclockwise takes everything that doesn't resonate out. Your chakras spin in the front, clockwise, bringing it all in for the healings. And in the back, they're counterclockwise to just let everything drain out, pull everything out that doesn't resonate. Now it's clear vision's working. I'm also going to call in giving away your power and activating your power. This alignment resolves oath, vows, and contracts that we have made to give away our power for any reason. A lot of times when we're experiencing trauma, or after the trauma's happened, we all experience a time frame, or we continue to experience giving away our power, unworthiness beliefs, guilt and resentment that's related to all of this self-worth, this trust that has been damaged, that keeps coming up in our stories that we need to heal. This also brings in and activates our true power and the ability to be safe in our power, to own our power, and to use it in the highest and best way. So while we're in our heart space, we're going to call this in now, giving away our power, or giving away your power and activating your power. Divine love and light. Let's call this in now. Thank you. And to go along with these, I'm going to call in a love yourself fully. We are born loving ourselves, but often do not stay in the state of blissful self-love. The world and our experiences in it create circumstances that cause us to question our self-worth. We end up judging and criticizing ourselves and holding ourselves to impossible standards and rejecting who we are. So we second guess ourselves. We second guess our abilities. We second guess what we bring to the table, how qualified we are, what we bring into our love relationships. At the extreme end of the scale, we feel disdain and contempt for ourselves and do not recognize or give credit for any of our accomplishments. Once again, this comes down to trust and self-worth. And running the clear vision and the giving away your power and activating your power, along with love yourself fully, is really going to set the tone for your healing today and for the week. And really clear hundreds of beliefs and feelings around unworthiness and self-rejection, and replacing these with unconditional love from Creator. It releases your embedded fears, guilt, and shame that block you from fully understanding and accepting that you are a being worthy of unconditional love from yourself and others. 100%. I say this all the time. You are not broken. I'm not broken. We are not broken. We're just learning to get in touch with our love space and our heart space and our higher selves and our connections with all that is, and at the different layers that is perfect for us and that is right for you, where you're at now. We always start where we're at now. And so wherever you're at right now in your healing journey, you're showing up and you're starting today. So let's bring this in. Yourself fully. Divine love light. We bring in the love yourself fully alignment for everyone here. Thank you. Okay. I want to bring in Own Your Own Sparkle, which I love this one. And I know I've brought it in before. Each of you, all of us, carry within you a distinct inner sparkle that you may not have been conscious of at this time and that belongs only to you. This is the inner sparkle that encompasses the special gifts, skills, and talents that only you possess, right? Even if you're doing the same thing as everyone out there, you're not. You have your own unique spin. You have your own unique approach. You have your own unique you that you bring to the table for what you're doing and what you are giving out into the world and what you're giving yourself. This is the inner sparkle that is closely related to your purpose in life. Letting your inner sparkle shine and sharing it with the world will help you connect with your soul purpose and path, and to bring through peace and satisfaction on a soul level. All right, so let's bring this in now. Really embody, really know that this is at a soul level. This is who you are. This is your inner sparkle, your gift, your gifts, not just one, your gifts to yourself and the universe, to all the people that you come in contact with daily. Divine love and light. Just bring in the Own Your Own Sparkle, or Own Your Sparkle alignment for everyone here. Just breathe it in. Just Exhale anything that wants to go. Just gently release everything that doesn't resonate with you. This alignment will align you with your inner sparkle. You will start to become increasingly aware of your unique gifts, skills, and talents. Feel deep appreciation for them as you find ways to joyfully share them with the world. This alignment also illuminates the sacred symbol of the fruit of life in your sacred geometry, which is essential to the sacred patterns that can also be found in all things since the dawn of creation. While we are mentioning that, we're also going to bring in sovereignty, which I have brought in before. I think is one of the most important connections we can have with ourselves is our sovereignty. When you're spiritually sovereign, you are in recognition of your own divinity. You know, this is the truest part of you, and you are able to embody your own divinity. You live and act from the sacred part of yourself and become the human expression of the divine. So bring in sovereignty now, divine love and light. This alignment will bring in the feelings of freedom, your power, your divinity. It clears the illusions of the ego self. It releases your attachments to others' expectations, ideas, and judgments. It brings in the perspective and understanding from source of yourself as a sovereign being. Just run that purification energy along the back end of this. For everyone. Just run it. The sacred light purification healing. Just feel that release happen. Just breathe. You can listen to this at any time. Okay, so as we're letting these alignments run and these healings take place, it's been pretty powerful movement of energy today. So we're going to ground these in. Just breathe and ground them into the heart space. Anchor them in. Anchor them into the higher self. Anchor them into your cells and your DNA. Anything that's not suited for you anymore, just release. It continues to release. We're going to ground it in to the root star chakra below the feet. And go down the grounding cord and ground it in. Anchor it in into the heart of Gaia, the center of the earth, into the 12th dimensional grid system. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe and feel that warm hug. That warm hug from yourself. Warm hug from Creator, Source, God. Warm hug from all that is. You're safe and loved. Always. And you're not broken. You're a whole heart. A whole heart. Filled to the brim and overflowing. Anytime you can drop into your heart space, you can picture a golden sun of energy above your head with your name written on it, just you, calling in all the parts, all the pieces, all the love, all the energy that's you, cleansed and pured, into this golden sun or this golden heart. Just fill it up. You can pour it like a pitcher into the crown, filling from the bottom up, filling your space and overflowing out. You can take this big golden heart and you can drop it into your heart space and let it expand from there, just filling and overflowing your space. However you see, feel, or imagine this just you energy, this just you love, this rose gold light, this rose gold energy. Okay. So that is the healing for today's Monday healing. Like I said, it was pretty powerful energies that we're moving. A lot will be shifting, running the Sacred Light Foundations, the healings that we did, and then the alignments. One of the reasons that it is powerful is because of the energy that we're shifting. And a lot of the times this is trauma energy is kind of rooted in. And, I discussed this a little bit at the beginning. So I won't, go into all that again. If you're coming in, you can watch the replay at the beginning. But before we did the healings and kind of talked about the energies that we're going to be looking at and clearing. Oh, perfect. I'll be able to see, right now I just see this Facebook user, which is fine. I'm really glad that you were able to catch some of it. But yes, replay it. You can watch these at any time. They're left up throughout the week. I know there's quite a few people that are watching these, not necessarily on the live, but are watching these later. And, whether it's live streamed or not, you get the healing. Just like if you're listening to this, you were listening to this as a recording. So I will get the recordings out. Like I said, I want the quality to be good when I'm doing these for your benefit. And so I am trying to get, the microphone set up or whatever. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm sorry. I want to make sure that everyone is drinking plenty of water throughout the week. It's really important. You'll start feeling you'll feel it if you're not drinking the water. And usually when it pops into your mind, like, oh, I'm not drinking water. Why am I feeling kind of, like stuck? Go drink some water. Make sure you're having ease and grace with yourself throughout the week. Some stuff might come up, and just know that you've been releasing a lot of things. Acknowledge them, release it. Why am I feeling this way? Where are you feeling it? If you're feeling it in your body, if you're feeling it in your space, and then kind of work to clear it out. You can leave comments either on this, or obviously we don't know how Facebook works when you leave, or actually this is live on YouTube as well. So when you leave comments, I do get notified at some point. And that's another thing too. I don't keep my Facebook and Instagram and social media notifications on. So that way, if I'm doing other things or I'm engaged with my family or one-on-one healings, my phone's not going off the entire time. If you notice, it doesn't usually go off while I'm doing these live. It's because I don't keep these on. But I do check, obviously, throughout the day. So as soon as I see these things pop up, I, will address them, whether it's a private message or I address it so the group can see. I not sure how many of you saw the post about Danielle's family members for the healing there. And if you're called to, as our collective and Bravely Authentic Conversations, sending her family some higher vibration healing, sending them some love and light, saying a prayer. However, yes, if I had notifications on, I would literally go crazy throughout my day trying to get stuff done, because then I feel obligated, like, like this weekend, I spent a lot of time with my family, and it was my daughter's birthday weekend, my oldest daughter, and I, set that time aside, my self-care time, or just my boundaries, whatever word you want to put on it. I set aside time specifically for myself and my family, because sometimes, I'm doing all this stuff, and I don't want them to feel like the business is more important, or other people that I'm doing healings for are more important than them, because I live with them every day. They'll take it more personally. If I don't post on social media for a day, I don't think you guys are sitting there going, I don't know if my mom's connected to me or not, or if Bobby Joe's connected to me or not. My kids are just like, Mom, like, why aren't you paying attention to me? And then it's mom, 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 mom. Right? My mom's now. My 2-year-old, he's almost 3. He's in that phase right now, literally in the backseat of the car. Probably mommed it for 30 seconds, which is a really long time. I did take that space. However, if you feel called to, and anyone, feels called to help someone that's posting for a healing for them or their family, that's fine. I don't really encourage people posting necessarily for like the free, one-on-one, or can I get a reading, someone's doing for their living or their business. I think I've given the example before of, you don't walk into your hair, because we all have stylists. Everyone has someone who cuts their hair, mostly, I think. But a lot of us do. So this is no matter what it is, you can grocery store, anything, tattoo, whatever you want to do. You don't walk into someone's business and ask them for, you go get your hair done. They make you look beautiful and they make you feel good, and, help you with your self-care, and then just smile and say thank you and walk out. Like, unless it's something obviously you've set up before, maybe you won a free style, but for the most part, that's their living. Everybody has families. I just want to honor that energy exchange. I've had a few friends even where I've offered, some of my closer friends, I've offered to give them healings, and they've been like, do you want anything? Can I make a donation? And at that point, it's like, no, thank you. Or if somebody else wants to do an exchange, I've done an exchange with people from my class, my certification classes and spiritual classes. And, I gave them an intuitive healing and information, more like a reading, and then with some energy clearing. And they did like an amazing sound healing, those sort of things. But there's still that energy exchange. But if someone's posting and they're going through some stuff, and they're putting out there and asking for some extra prayers or extra healing and extra energy, when we're kind of experiencing something, it's harder for us to kind of ground and tap into it ourselves. And it helps if we reach out to our support system and our collective, which is what Bravely Authentic Conversations, this Facebook group. I'm not here to sell life coaching. Like, we're here to support each other as a collective, and to be in a healing space, to be in a space of support. And so if you feel called to, and you're in a good space to, send out a prayer or some love to someone else, just like you would if your friend was posting on your regular Facebook feed. That absolutely I encourage, and I hope that that's the kind of group that we are. And I think that's all I have to say about that. So yeah, and I hope that her family and is feeling supported right now. I really, really do. From the heart space. And so this space for the live stream was a little bit different type of healing than what the request was. So I would just say, as you feel called, you can send a healing to her and her family, and I know she would appreciate it. She's very sweet, and she is on the lives a lot. So she's active in the group as well. And she's very active in some of the other groups that I am in with her. So absolutely. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Denise. You too. Have an amazing day. All right, so I'm going to get off here, and I wish everyone also an amazing day and a great week. And I will see what we'll kind of do for Wednesday for the intention setting along the lines of what we worked on and cleared today. All right, so much love to everyone out there. And I will see you soon.